At this point in time, we have our student speaker, and Kathleen, the speaker who was voted to speak for the students tonight, couldn't be here. And so Susan has nicely agreed to read the speech that she wrote representing her class.
So yes, just remember that I did not write this. So I'm going to try to get through this without crying. A little more than 500 days ago, we all sat together in a room for our orientation to this program. Some of us had previously worked in the healthcare field. Some of us grew Christmas trees for a living. Some of us were waitresses. Some worked for a logging company. And one of us worked on a pig farm processing semen for artificial insemination. And I myself, which is Kathy, worked with Kirby vacuum cleaners for the past 20 years. Heck, one of us totally dominated her job. Where's she at? There she is. And some of us struggled to do them as we struggled to complete this nursing program. We range in age from our 20s through our 40s. We are single, married, with and without children. Needless to say, if you take a look around right now, you'll see that the group of people who attended orientation that day were as diverse as could be. Ironically, if those of us in the program take a few seconds to look around this room, you'll notice that not one person from orientation managed to show up to tonight's pinning ceremony. During one of our first days of class, Dr. Christine told us this program would change us. Sorry. She went on to explain how none of us would walk away. She went on to explain none of us would walk away from this program the same person we began as. I don't think she realized how accurate she was. So many of the strangers I met the first day have become the best friends I could ask for. Since the beginning, so much has changed for all of us. Who would have thought that a small yet growing community college could have changed so many lives in such great ways? When I think about everything that has happened over the past 3 semesters, I have to smile. Then I laugh, and I'll be honest, it's sort of crazy, maniacal laugh these days because that's where we're all at, right? I did some research this past week on what average nursing students actually goes through to become a registered nurse. My source tells me, on average, there are 45 exams, 15 finals, 1,825 hours of studying off campus, and an additional 450 hours of studying on campus, 500 plus clinical hours, 1,350 hours of classroom time, and 27 textbooks. I want y'all to know I'm not that source anywhere. Also, I may have made it up. Now that I have completed my NCLEX exam, which Kathy took the test, as well as Leah, and they passed. I'd like to add a few words of advice to each of you, and maybe Leah and Shannon can help with this as well, or anyone else who tested secretly because you don't love us as much as I love you. So that's an A, you guys. Number one, it's a big test. While I initially felt I hadn't studied for any of the questions I encountered, upon reflection, complex questions in a week prior to the exam really helped me remember all the content. Number 2, share with us, or some of us, that you're testing. Leah, Jennifer, and Susan had my back in this. It's not that we reassured one another each would certainly pass the first try, but we understood the stress. We understood the stress exactly, and just knowing we were doing this helped each other. It also helped to hear, don't worry, if you don't pass, it's not the end of the world. You guys know that, right? You're looking at it. It also helped, or because it's not the end of the world, and she says she'll explain more about this later. So, I was asked to reflect on several different things tonight and given approximately 5 minutes to do so. I better hurry up then. There is only one topic I can speak on that will sum up everything we learned, as well as everything we will continue to learn in our lives. That topic is people. Our faculty, classmates, families, and our patients. People are why we are here, and thankfully, in spite of leaving here, we each get to take all of our people with us. They become part of us, and they truly change who we are. This is true of all aspects of our lives. Faculty. Anoka Ramsey faculty members are some of the people who changed us. I'd like to think we've changed them too. In fact, we likely turned several of them on to drinking. Where's Lori? I know. To Gwen. Thank you for showing all of us thank you for showing all of us it's possible to do anything and everything. Family, career, college, and all you do to make this program good for us. Also, for the rest of our lives, we will all fondly recall you dressed for sim with that baby in your hands. So many of us have sought therapy after our 2700 experience with the crying baby. And the 2900 hippie mama simulation. Okay. I'll never forget you. At least that's what my therapist tells me. We wish you the best as you go through your school program and hope you feel about your instructors the way we feel about you. Whatever that means. No, I'm sorry. Dr. Christine, because of you, we will always have a tiny person sitting on our shoulders, speaking to us in a very therapeutic voice. Upon reflecting, I feel we all leave Anoka Ramsey Community College wanting to better ourselves because of you, and that's a beautiful thing. Yay, reflection, she says again. We love you, and we think of you often throughout our lives. Deb, thank you for sharing all your ER stories, all your patience, and for not rolling your eyes as you watched us attempt our skills checkoffs. We will all hear your voice coaching us as we insert catheters, draw up meds, and so much more. You have a wonderful sense of humor, and we already miss you. Lori, we love how direct you were in teaching. Also, we love that each time our patient stats went down, you were there to help. Pam, you taught us how to raise the roof. That chewing gum makes you look like cows. And so much more about being a good nurse. We think of you every time we eat a bag of Doritos, drink a soda, and especially when we see Fiber One bars. We will ever get stories all the left you brought to our lives. Sure, you're causing me headaches. But we turned out okay, right? We love you and hold you in our hearts. Family, the biggest part. Everyone in this room tonight has done something to make it possible for us to become nurses. Each one of you guys have. Some of you have done our laundry or listened to us cry. Many, maybe you have paid our tuition, maybe you watched our kids so we could study, or just listened to us cry. Maybe you brought whole class brats and hand-delivered them to campus, Kathy's husband, and you've likely tolerated absolutely disgusting conversations at the dinner table because that's what nurses do. Or maybe you took some time to listen to us cry. Whatever you did to support us, I hope you all truly know how much we love you and appreciate you. We talk about you with one another every single day, and that is true. We probably know a lot more about you than you think we should know about you. Sometimes we even see your support carry over into Facebook. I'm just going to say that Paul Braggerman, you and Kathy, where are you? You and Kathy need to be Facebook friends. I think you've made me and many more of us laugh until our faces hurt a few times. I know how much you've all done for my classmates, and your support is part of what makes them support wonderful people. Students, you guys have become my family, and I think we can all say that about one another. I know any of us could sit down together 10 years from now and talk and laugh for hours. There were many days my face hurt from laughing so hard with you guys. I will carry you all with me forever. Thanks for our time together, we are all changed in many ways. For instance, we will forever compare all banana and lemon bread deals. Or should I say Mr. Christmas, or maybe Dr. Bill. Anytime one of us encounters a patient with any condition known to man, we will know that somewhere Buffy has a relative that has the same condition. Because of nursing school, we think of the woo girls as something different. Until I went to nursing school, I wasn't a fan of rap music. However, once the COPD single came out, Phantom was inevitable. The biggest thing I want you to all remember and bring with you wherever you go in life is that we took care of one another. And we did. Not because we had to or because we were supposed to, rather because it's who we are. It's who we will continue to be in the upcoming months when we begin our new jobs and truly begin to impact the lives of those we care for. We may have had to learn a lot of content these past 18 months, but all of us had this caring factor inside of us from the beginning. And that is what facilitated the wonderful friendship we have come. That is why we worked so well together and ultimately why we succeeded. Into the future. When we walk out these doors tonight, we don't really leave Anoka Ramsey. We take it with us. We bring skills, papers, assignments, laughter, and tears along with us to whatever incredibly lucky patient gets us today. We remember how we felt at many different points in time and take that emotion and we channel it into provide our patients with holistic care. She stole that from one of my papers. Many of us are going on to further our education, and some are lucky enough to know what they want to do already. Regardless of what our future holds, we head into them together always. And this is what I was referring to earlier. This isn't the end of the world. It's actually the beginning of our worlds. Maybe that's why this test and all the other tests stressed us out so much. It's so